the society for a long time, and the society has gone a long way and passed through a long trajectory in professionalizing itself, has become very professional in the scientific area, as you can see from the development of this meeting and the maturation of this meeting, but that's only one indicator. But we have made a special push of professionalizing the society in terms of ethics and its stand towards ethics and code of conduct for the members and for the benefit of the members and also for the benefit of the field. So we have developed a code of conduct for members that has been approved by the board in the middle of the year of this, between the two, actually in the beginning of this year. And that is published on the website. And one indicator of this, and now I have to go back, is that we claim ISCB to be a safe space for science. That is basically our declaration for the adherence to the code of conduct as we conduct our scientific business and in particular our meetings. So I asked you to look at the code of conduct, to look at this kind of statement. This code of conduct is also dedicated towards preserving peace in the society and having a professional approach towards mitigating and resolving conflicts in the society. So if you experience anything during the meeting or any kind of society life that you feel is inappropriate, we now have 10 allies, and Diane, please stand up and show your ally ribbon. So this is one of the allies, and 10 of people have this kind of ribbon. So these are the ombuds people that you can approach if anything of that sort is happening to you. We established an ethics committee also in yesterday's board meeting in order to oversee this whole process. So that's one of the things that we've done last year. Another thing is that you may have noticed or not, there is a child care program. For the first time in the life of the society, we offered a child care program for delegates of this conference. Child care is expensive, and the money for this came partially from the society. About half of the money, or exactly half of the money, came from the society, and half of the money was brought in by third-party people, and there were several people that were especially active in acquiring these third-party funds, and I especially want to thank those people. These funds were instrumental for enabling us to do this, and we want to continue this. It's not clear whether it's going to be exactly in this form, but it's some form or another. Actually, it's likely that it's going to be in this form for another year in Montreal. This child care activity is an instance of another range of activities that we want to strengthen in the society that are concerned with equity, diversity, and inclusion. Formerly there was just gender, but we're also very much concerned now with regional diversity. As you may have also noticed, if you carefully look at the slate of our fellows, that we have made a special drive in the past couple of years to enrich the fellows with something that is a little bit more representative of what the globe looks like. And I especially want to credit Bonnie Berger for pushing this forward and being very helpful and very, very energetic in getting this, pushing this forward. So we also installed a committee on this, an Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion Committee, which is going to be headed by, I don't think there is a slide on this, right? is going to be headed by Bonnie Berger and by Lucia Peixoto, who I've seen at the meeting, but I don't know whether she's in the back. All right. Thanks, Lucia, for doing this. We really appreciate it. And we'll have a meeting with this committee during this conference. So then another thing that is going on with the society is in a little bit of a metamorphosis. I think that's a fitting term because it really turns itself inside out a bit. For the past decade or so, more than the past decade, there was the ISMB meeting, which was essentially the implementation of the society, and then there were all these satellites, which we called SIGs, which were not really the society proper. They were also not staffed, both from the attendants and also often from the leadership. They were not staffed with society members. So they were really satellite workshops. And a couple of years ago, we all decided that we're going to federate so that we bring in the COSIs. They are now called COSIs and not SIGs, communities of special interests and not special interest groups. We bring them into the society. And that, I said that several times and also yesterday in the board meeting, I'm very strongly reminded as a European of what's happening in Europe. And so we have all these countries, we have 20 countries now in the society that on the one hand want to maintain their special character, which displays a lot of diversity. And on the other hand, there is also the common understanding that we need to increase the coherence of the whole group in order to strengthen the field and its radiance from outside these walls. And so this has been going on. It's not quite as difficult as the processes in Europe. We haven't any exit, okay, so we don't have a COSI exit. We have off and on new COSIs coming about and joining us. 20 is a large number. And you see that reflected in the program. Perhaps you also have two hearts beating in your chest, one COSI heart and one ISCB heart. And I hope that we can make this more or less, I don't want to say one organ, but just as I would like to see every citizen of Europe be partly European, I hope that all of you who are so COSI avert strengthen your ISCB identity. This has been on a good path. It also meant that we have to evolve the format of this conference. And we actually feel pretty happy with the way this went, and we made progress on this in the past year. But please, there's going to be a survey at the end of this conference. Please give us your opinion, because in the end, the opinion of the membership matters most. The Student Council is going to have its special presentation. I just want to credit the Student Council here. They're incredible. They're the hope of all of us for making this field resilient across generations, and they're really delivering on it in a great way. There is a special program called the Student Council Internship Program. So this program looks like follows. If you are a PI and you would like to have an intern, the Student Council is managing the selection of applications of interns and can connect with you regarding good applicants for the quality the Student Council vouches. And the society will contribute $2,500 towards the internship. So we have a number of such internships, but we can grow this. And so if you're interested, I think Reinhard Schneider is a good person to talk to. He has much experience with this. And it would be nice if we could grow this program. And there's also the Anna Tramontano Fund. Anna Tramontano was a founding member, was a highly reputable biologist, protein scientist, and also a good heart and a really strong member of the society. She passed away too early a couple of years ago. And in her memory, we created this fund, which is for travel fellowships. And so if you have any money that you don't know what to do with or only have worse applications for spending the money, please give it to this fund. This fund is as strong as the money that is donated to it, and we'd like it to be strong. All right, I was also a little bit out of sequence here, but I thought I'd mirror the slides. So this was my address, and now we get to the awards. I want to thank all of you. I hope that we have now the maximum of attendance, which means, well, actually I see there's still some coming in, for taking this hour and helping us to make the society stronger and voice your opinion in the end in the question and answer session. So now we have a set of challenges that we have people to credit. First, there is the Member Get a Member challenge. So we have a challenge running for people who bring people into the society. And this happens every year, and we have a winner of that challenge. The winner gets a strong rebate for the registration of one of our meetings. And the winner this time is Ellen Orozco from Spain. And unfortunately, he's not here, so I'll just announce him. We have 4 honorable mentions. Perry Ridge, Christophe Decimo, who is our Overton prize trader, our Overton Award winner. He didn't get the award because of this. This is a different award. And Florian Klim and Aida Uangaua, and I thank all of them for helping to bring people in the society, and we want to give a short applause for. All right, the next one is the Wikipedia competition. We have done this already for a number of years. You see this was the 8th edition here. We have 200 Wikipedia entries in total and 10 entries this year, of which 2 were non-English, and 7 of these entries were substantial enough to be judged by the panel. You see the prizes down there, and I'll now announce the prize winners. Benjamin Lee wrote an article on Kmers from Harvard University. He's 3rd place, and I don't think he's here. Tiago Lubiana Alves from Sao Paulo wrote an article on multiomics. He got 2nd place. And Felix Richter-Eikan from the Mount Sinai wrote an article on RNA-seq. I assume you can see these articles on Wikipedia, and these people will receive their prizes. And again, let's practice our applause. Okay, then there is the arts and science competition, where we ask for people bringing in art with a scientific background. And there is a special committee that looks at this art and dishes out a prize of $200 for the winner. And that piece of art will also be on the cover of the next newsletter. And here you see honorable mentions and the prize winner. So here are the honorable mentions. Susanne Duce or Deuce from University of Dundee, a genomic necklace. All right, finally. Marwan Abdallah from EPFL, inside the hippocampus. And Chantal Lee, puzzle with a missing piece. That person is not here. And here comes the winner. Kliment Olechnovic, what happened? Kliment Olechnovic from Vilnius, and I guess he's not here. Is he? Oh, he's here. All right, then I just want to draw your attention to these other great meetings which are coming up. The regular in systems genomics meeting, the Dream Challenge in New York, and then the Africa meeting, what is that meeting? This is a meeting specific on the women issue, on the gender issue, a women's science meeting, and Rocky. Rocky is a Rocky Mountains regional meeting, and we're happy for everybody of you who comes to these meetings. All right, and of course, the biggest meeting that I can announce is the next edition of this conference. It's going to be in Montreal, and I hope to see many of you next year in Montreal. This will be the last year that I have the honor of doing this, so if you want to join me on my final round, I'd be extremely happy. Thank you. All right, I just want to mention, if you were there this morning early enough, that we have 4 new fellows that we introduced this morning. And here they are: Vinette Bafna from the UC San Diego, Eleazar Eskin from UCLA, Shirley Liu from Harvard, and Marie-France Sagot from Grenoble. And we applaud all of them. We're very happy. This is also a complex process. Becoming a fellow is more and more difficult because all of our fellows have to vote, and there is a quorum for those of them who think that you're great. And I think the more fellows we have, the harder this becomes. So I'm not quite sure how much that's going to scale, but that's always a discussion. We're revising this process every year and aligning it with demands and with the situation. Huh?
Use bootstrapping.
Bootstrapping, okay. We'll enter this into our process. All right. Treasurer's report. Bruno, our down under person. You can feel sorry for him. We have an exec committee that meets on telephone every 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and this guy is always sitting there at 2 o'clock at night. And I actually don't know how you do it. So thanks, Bruno.
I don't do it. I fall asleep during the meeting. It's just there's no video. Okay, so my report in terms of the finances, mostly good news. We are financially stable. We are not, gathering huge amounts of money, but we're also not going down. We really are aiming to run the society at break-even levels, and that is happening. The last 2 years have been kind to us. The largest next revenue is membership, followed by conference proceeds. The membership dues support the operational management of the society, the student council, so the awards, the programs, and the revenues collected from the conferences support the development of more conferences, so, as well as support for attending present conferences, such as travel fellowship. The membership is also growing, slowly, but it is growing, and this is the highest membership that the society has ever been. So 3,500. Oh, yeah. So the increase is to some extent tied to the increased attendance at ISMB. So last year and this year have both been very good. But having more members means that we can provide more services, also experiment with more programs for the community to support our mission. So for those of you who are here and who are all members, I should really encourage you to try to get more members into the society, because the more members they are, the more we can get a critical mass in the field, and the more we can really develop new programs that serve the mission of the society to support computational biology. So Financially, it is going well. Don't be confused by the fact that the gross revenues are down from last year. This is actually an artifact of the fact that we moved to a new accounting system where membership dues are only counted for the month in which they apply, as opposed to all the membership dues counting for that year. So they're now spread over 12 months, and that results in the dip. But financially, we are stable. Generally, the funding has also been reasonably stable, and ISMB has been doing well over the last 2 years. Now, having this stability allows us to experiment with new programs as well, and to support the community. So this is the funding that has got into some of the services. So $40,000 in travel for travel fellowships, $2,500 for Wikipedia and art and science competitions, $23,000 for the student council, and this year for the first time, childcare, and $10,000 for this year. In terms of membership, we are growing slowly. I'd like it to grow even more. So, see that. Where does this membership come from? We can see this pattern of oscillation that's happening every year as the conference moves between Europe and North America. This is a little bit, this is good, but still a bit depressing, because that means that people only join the society to come to the conference. I'd like to see that fairly stable. And also, we would like to see the lines down the bottom to increase a bit more, so increase the representation in other parts of the world. So in conclusion, how can we move forward here? Really, we ask for your support in order to grow the membership, participate in the Member Guide a Member campaign, and if you do really well, you will get congratulated by the president. And donate to the cause of your choice within the society as well. Continuing attending the conferences. A conference really works if there's critical mass there, and it's not about revenue raising. As you see, the funding from the conferences get reinvested in programs. And finally, engage in a committee, in a COSI, and participate in the society. This is not a passive process, and we really want you to get all involved and participate. Thank you.
Okay, so let's switch gears and talk about nominations. So happy to represent the nominations committee and my co-chair, Nikki. So we opened nominations back in February. Strong reminder to everybody is any member in good standing can nominate another member for the board of directors. Only somebody who has been a previous director can be nominated for officer, but nominations can be made by any member of the society. So the elections and nominations this year were for board of directors, for president-elect, and for vice president, and those will all be with terms starting in January of 2020. So the process looked like this. There was a general call for nominations from the membership, so those emails went out earlier this year. The nominations committee also made nominations for each of the positions. As a courtesy, we also extend invitations to any current board member with an expiring board term, asking them if they'd like to continue. Nominations committee meets via email multiple times over a multi-month period. We considered 4 candidates for vice president. 2 of those accepted nomination. 3 candidates were considered for president-elect. 1 accepted the nomination. We also had a candidate who was nominated by membership. Turns out it was the same person that was nominated by the nominating committee. So encouragement again for members, please nominate for open positions when we have them. Yesterday, as part of the board meeting, we elected directors. So congratulations to Michelle and Hagit. They were re-elected, so they're sitting board members coming back for another term. And a special welcome to Kath and Qigong as new incoming members. So if they are here, would they please stand? Great, thank you. All right, so office for elections. Please remember that if you have not yet voted, you can vote through the end of the conference on Thursday. Again, the positions that are open are for president-elect and for vice president. Running for president-elect is Christine Arengo. Christine, are you here? Yay. Okay, thank you. That's Christine. And for vice president, we have Alex Bateman and Jana Bromberg. And if they would please also stand. Thank you. So there is a voting station available at the ISCB booth. All members are encouraged to cast ballots, so vote online either on your own device or vote there. So thank you.
Hello, everyone. I'm Saurabh Sinha, and I am the COSI representative to the Board of Directors. And I'd just like to take a minute of your time to encourage you to participate in COSI activities. So as you all know, and as has been already talked about, COSIs are well-knit, tightly knit collaborative communities. You can explore each of the COSIs online at the URL on the right. I guess all of you have already done that and already feel tightly affiliated with one or more COSIs and are attending those talks in their respective COSI tracks during the conference. But please remember that a COSI is not just a track that is running at ISMB. A COSI is a permanent entity, and that is really your closest community. And so you should try to participate in or lead activities in your COSI or COSIs throughout the year, outside, just not just at the conference. You can, if you're not in a COSI or a community already, you can use the connect.iscb.org URL to find out and just very easily join a community. If you have an idea that you would like to lead, you can, most COSIs, all COSIs, I would say, are always looking for volunteers to step up and really show the way. So if you have an idea that you feel passionate about, that you'd like to have activities around, or you just want to know people a little better by interacting in those leadership capacities, or if you would like to be known better, you might be in an early stage in your career and this offers an opportunity to be known, more visible in your community. All of these are common reasons why people step up and do things for their COSIs. And if you have an idea, just write an email to the chairs of your COSIs or to the executive office at ISCB about your idea. And as Thomas earlier mentioned, the ISCB provides supports in various forms for various kinds of activities. And that you're conducting as part of your COSI. So for example, the RSG COSI this RegSys COSI that I'm part of runs a top 10 papers event every year. And that's an activity that benefits a lot of young investigators to have a paper, an additional bullet on their CV. If you might have a webinar in mind that you'd like to run on a particular topic of interest, again, you might find support for it through the ISCB. And so if you have these ideas about what you'd like to do as part of your COSI, please speak up, and I'm quite sure the COSI chairs will be more than excited to have you be part of their team. All the various URLs are already listed there. I won't take more of your time. If you're missing a community of interest and you'd like to propose such a community, then send your proposal to that executive.office email address. And if you have any other questions, I'll be around for the whole hour. You can come by later. Thank you very much.
So I'm going to discuss a couple new initiatives that we have in the coming year to try and get trainees more involved in the society on the day-to-day, not just at Student Council Symposium or not even just through Student Council, but to really try and showcase some of the things that our trainees are doing throughout the year. So this past, not this most recent board meeting, but the one before that, the board of directors actually approved 3 new student-centric awards. So I'm going to go through these very quickly, but they're all going to be starting up this year, so you should keep an eye out for these. So the first is the Mentored Computational Biology Program. The second one is a Paper Highlights Award. And then the third is the Student Software Award, which is the closest one coming up for the deadline. So the Mentored Biology Program, or Mentored Comp Bio Program, this is basically to encourage people to do projects slightly outside of what is going to be in their dissertation or thesis. The idea would be to propose some new project with maybe a new PI that you don't currently work with, and you submit a proposal and we will help fund the activities related to that project to try and get something out. The submissions for this one are going to be opening in the fall, so if you have an idea, you should start thinking about it now, and we'll have the submission system open for that coming up soon. The second one is looking at the papers that we publish outside of ISMB. There's some great papers that come out maybe mid-year that you think is very high quality. And the idea here would be you can submit a paper to be highlighted in the newsletter in the spring. So in the spring newsletter, there'll be one paper highlighted that a committee that we're going to form is going to look through and say, this is a very good paper. And then you'll be invited to present that paper as well at the ISMB meeting in 2020. So the submissions for this are going to be coming up soon, but the submissions are now open. So if you have something you think you want to submit, go ahead and look at the requirements online. And then the third one is the Student Software Prize. So as students, we develop a lot of software that we release, and it's just sort of sitting there. If you've released something you think is good, you should submit it, and we will, again, highlight the sort of the best set of pieces of software that were developed by trainees in the society so that everybody else sort of knows what's going on. The key here is that all of these awards are available to every member of the society who's a trainee. So if you're not a member, you should be a member so that you can be eligible for all these awards. I'll be around, as well as Ido, who helped develop the ideas for these. Ido's back in the back. So if you have any questions, we'll both be around, as well as I think all of the board members sort of have seen the ideas and concepts there. So thanks.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for being here. I'm Aishwarya Alex, the chair of the Student Council. I would like to, first of all, thank the ISCB for supporting our activities and give you a short update on the activities last year. So we are kind of organized at different regions and levels. So we are coordinated by the executive teams and divided into different committees who run different activities, and also the Student Council Symposium, which are have separate chairs and organizing committees as well. It's not just a team of leadership. We are over around 300 members, including the students at the regional student groups. And if you would like to be involved and know more, please visit us at booth number 3. We also do regular diversity surveys, and we try to promote gender diversity. And the last survey we have shows that we have a 48 to 52 male to female ratio, yes. And we try to maintain this as well. And from the regional student groups that participated in the survey, we see that more or less most countries are trying to also promote this. So if you know students in your groups or your friends who are interested, please support them to join these student council activities and increase their network as well. Sorry. It's okay. So I will give you a short update on the different committees. So the Education and Internship Committee, as mentioned earlier, we are supported by the ISCB Anna Tramontano Fellowship Fund, and we offer internship programs for students from developing regions. And we currently have one position offered at the Bateman Group in EBI and 2 others in progress. Last year, we completed a 3-month internship at the Schneider Lab in LCSB, and currently the intern is taking up a PhD position in Iowa University. If you are interested in knowing more about the internship program, please visit our website mentioned here or the article published in PLOS, or come by our booth at booth number 3, yes. The next is the regional student groups, which are mainly our local regional groups. So we currently are active in 28 regions, and we this year have organized already 15 local symposium, hackathons, and workshops. And we are also taking up an virtual seminar series, which was initiated by RSG Turkey, and now taking it up to promote it between different RSGs as well, so taking it to the global level. We will also soon have an RSG editorial published in F1000 Research about our activities and how they help the student community. So this just gives, shows us the presence of the RSGs in different regions. So if you see that you are not represented here, please contact us and we will help you set up a regional student group in your region. This year we have 2 new RSGs from the Latin American region, so RSG Peru and Costa Rica, who have newly set up, and we are looking to expand in other regions. So please talk to us if you know of your students who are interested to join, or you should promote them to start something. So the next committee is the web committee. We basically maintain the student council website and also help the regional student groups to maintain their website. And we also have a conference management system which we use for our symposium abstract submission and review. So we also have a finance committee who, with the help of Bart and Yvonne, this year raised approximately $9,000 US from 7 different sponsors and additional book vouchers. We basically also help fund the regional student groups through funding calls for their local events as well. So if you are interested in sponsoring us, also please contact us. The Outreach and Volunteer Committee, who basically maintains a social media presence as well as volunteer recruitment. And you can find more information or talk to us via Facebook, Twitter, or the website. The next activities coming up this year is we have the Student Council Symposium in Africa announced, we have the chairs, Yumna and Mahtab, who have volunteered to organize this symposium. It's a half-day symposium, and preceding the ISCB Africa conference in Ghana. So please keep an eye out as the abstract call opens soon. For the future activities, we want to continue taking up the RSG virtual seminar series and include more RSGs who want to participate in these series and talk about your own research or to a broader audience. And we are looking for new internship programs as well. So if you are interested in offering an internship or applying for an internship, please reach out to us. And of course, continue to extend the student network through the RSGs and also in the student council as well. So if you need more information, please stop by booth number 3, and we would be happy to help you. Now I would like to invite Amel, the Student Council Symposium Chair, for the updates for this year's Student Council Symposium.
Thank you, Aishwarya. I would like first to thank the ISCB and the Student Council Executive Team for giving me the opportunity to chair this 50th session of the Student Council Symposium. It was really a great experience. So I'm happy to say that this year we have a very successful symposium. And I'm not saying this because I'm the chair, but because also we had like a great team that works for months, setting up the program, finding the sponsor, doing all the outreach. So I would like to thank them. Some of them are here today, so I would like to say a big thank you. We had many student talks, 23 and 64 posters, and also 3 great talks from our keynotes, 2 from academia with Dr. Christophe Desimos and Dr. Barbara Swartline, and 1 from industry with Dr. Fabien Brisley from Roche. We also awarded 5 travel fellowships. We received more than 40 applications. Some of them are here, so please, if you can stay at the end of the session for a group picture. Thank you. We also, I would like also to thank all our sponsors and the ISCB for helping us setting up this year's symposium. So now I'm going to announce the Travel Fellowship Awards and the Best Posters and Talks. So we got a first Travel Fellowship sponsored by the Swiss Institute of Bioinformatics, and it was for Arnold Amusgenry from South Africa. The 4 other travel fellowship for Lizana Paladin from Italy, Avi Srivantra from USA, Umar Ahmed from Nigeria, and Melissa Adasmi from Germany were with the contribution of PLOS Computational Biology, Roche, and Harvard Medical School Master of Bioinformatics. We got also Best Talks and Best Posters Awards, sponsored by Oxford University Press. So for the best speakers, we had Ina Maria Dutchman, Prashi Shukla, and Nazifa Fatima. Please, if you are around, come at the end for the group picture also. We had also 2, well, we have 1 missing. Okay. So we have 3, I think. I don't know why we are missing a name here, but we had also Best Posters Awards for Melissa Dasmi Kansu and Dinsur David. No, it's Melissa Dasmi actually, Kansu Dinsur, and David Medina. Yeah. Okay. Also, we got 2 honorable mentions for the presentation for Arvind Singmer and Lisanna Paladin, sponsored by Springer Nature. They got a book voucher. And also 2 other honorable mentions for the posters to Thiago Lubiana and Dorothy Nyamai. So thank you for your attention, and that was me. Thanks.
My sincere apologies to the Student Council for your messed up slides. That's why you don't put the boss in charge. Give it to a student, it'll get done properly. So I just wanted to say thank you to the ISCB, ISMB Travel Fellowship sponsors. We had 368 applications where we were able to award 38 individuals with travel fellowships. So if you are one of the 38 individuals who received a travel fellowship for ISMB, can you please stand and be recognized? And thank you again to all of our amazing sponsors. Without their support, we would have been able to fund maybe 18 students. So this is the fun part where we get to hear from you. So if Thomas wants to come up or any member of the board wants to field any questions, so don't hesitate. You can step right up to the mic and let us know what you think, if you have a thought or idea or some comments.
Actually, I want to make one announcement before. As I just heard, tomorrow at 2 o'clock in the 3D SIG, there is going to be a discussion about the ongoing integration of the COSIs into ISCB. And this is open not just to 3D SIG, but to all COSIs. So if you're interested in this process, please mark your calendar and go there. And I would suggest that you also announce that in the various COSIs in the sessions, because we get a broader coverage. All right. So now, questions.
And you can even tell us, like stand up and say, you're doing such a great job. We love you. Thanks for being ISCB. We like to hear that too. Don't hesitate. Thanks, Rafi.
Yes, Alex.
Okay, so not so much question, but just a comment. Just to say, in the Board of Directors meeting, we got the go-ahead to organize a task force looking at environmental issues and the impact that the Society in Computational Biology has on the environment. So if there's anyone who is interested in helping, giving ideas on that subject, then please contact me, Alex Bateman. You can find me on the web. So thank you.
Thank you, Alex, for this initiative. Lucia.
This is a couple of announcements. So one to follow up to the announcement about the ISCB Code of Conduct initiative. So we're having a Birds of Feather tomorrow at 12:45. We're going to be talking about it. If you want to learn more about it, if you want to ask questions, I will be leading that discussion. You can always also approach me. And then I have a different announcement, a more fun announcement. So the Junior PI COSI is having a social, partnering with Giga Science Wednesday at 6:30. Look for the tweet. You don't have to be a junior PI to come. So those are the announcements.
Thanks, Lucia.
So I have a question. There are multiple discounts and special rates for journal subscriptions for members. I was curious whether you were ever thinking about trying to negotiate a special open access fee discounts for members from
Yeah,
ISCB?
we actually do have a negotiated rate with OUP Bioinformatics where if ISCB members receive 15% off their open access fees.
Mm-hmm.
And all you have to do is declare that you're an ISCB member at the time of submission for when your paper is being reviewed, and then you'll get that discount. We haven't reached out to other publishers, but it's a great idea. We can certainly try to do so.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Hello, excellent work, and this is my first ISCB meeting. I'm part of a smaller group, MC Bios, and we meet in the Mid-South region in the United States. So I really applaud all of this work, and I can certainly appreciate being one of those local planners, I can certainly appreciate what it takes to put this type of meeting on. So I had a question in terms of the student trainee types of programs. I'm wondering if there's any group or individuals that are currently working on things dealing more with the pipeline of scientists. So I'm at a PUI campus, predominantly undergraduate campus, so I mostly teach undergraduate students that want to go on for master's or doctoral programs, which we don't currently support. But I'm just wondering where those students would fit in. For example, coming to a meeting like ISCB to present their work. So sort of wondering which category they would fit in, or what your thoughts are on those population of students.
Would you like me to take that one?
Sure.
Thank you.
So they would actually fit into the student category in membership, and we have had not only undergraduate students, but also high school students participate in a lot of our meetings. You'll see most of them at the smaller, more topical or regional events, mainly because the registration fee at those events are a lot more affordable. But we're certainly welcome to your ideas. The executive committee is actually meeting on Friday to analyze what you would call as a trainee membership type and what we can do better there, whether it's a combined membership type or even subdividing it to undergraduate and high school students as well. But I would say encourage them to participate in posters. I know there are several folks, probably with even in the student council, who started as an undergrad presenting their first poster at a small regional meeting and then have really risen through the ranks and now are doing major oral presentations later. Well, we'll take one last question because you look really eager. Come on up. But then I would like to, as he walks the microphone, I do ask the students who did receive travel fellowships to please stick around. We would like to get a big group picture so we can publish it in our newsletter. But after you, sir.
So it's about that. I'm one of the students that got funding for being here, like the award. I really would like to thank you for this opportunity, and I think that I'm talking for more people here, because this is a great opportunity for several people that couldn't attend for such great conference in any other means, specifically in this time where so many countries are falling on a pushback on science, such as in Brazil, which is my case. So I really would like to thank you publicly for that.
Oh, you're very welcome. Thank you. So I'd like to thank everyone for attending today. We really appreciate your presence at this meeting and your feedbacks. And again, if you have additional comments, thoughts, ideas, please see any one of the staff members or the board of directors or officers. We're here to listen and help. So thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of the conference.